Hi, this is Dr. Lonstein, and probably the most common question I'm asked on a daily basis is, how does acupuncture actually work? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you my little parable as to how acupuncture works. So what I'd like you to do is to visualize a plant. And this plant is getting water and nutrients through a hose on a regular basis. Now, if it's getting the proper amount of water and nutrients, obviously it's going to do well. It's going to have a deep, healthy root structure, it's going to have a lot of leaves, and it's going to grow towards sunlight. And as long as it's getting everything it needs, it's doing well. Now, I want you to visualize the same plant, but it's not getting the proper amount of water and nutrients. It's getting too little. It's having a deficiency of water and nutrients. What happens to the plant? Well, the first thing you see is the leaves start to wilt a little bit. They might turn a little bit yellow. It just does not look healthy anymore, and if it goes on a little bit longer, then the root structure begins to get affected, and it's just not taking up what it really needs. Over a period of time, the plant will get ill and do continually worse and worse until eventually it dies. Now, the next scenario I'd like you to think about is the same plant that's doing well once again, but this time, instead of getting too little, it's getting too much. It has an excess of water and nutrients coming through that hose. What happens to this plant? And this plant probably follows pretty much the same scenario as the one that's getting too little. The leaves start to wilt, they get yellow, it gets a different type of disease, the roots start to get ill, it's not bringing enough stuff up out of the soil, and over time this plant becomes ill, and then eventually will also die. So that's kind of how I think about this stuff, because what the Chinese theorize is that the meridian system is 12 major meridians in the body, and it distributes through the body life force, which is qi. We've all heard of the term qi, okay? That's their term for life force, blood and fluid, okay? And it distributes it to different portions of the body, okay? So as long as the proper amount of qi, blood, and fluid are being distributed throughout the body, all is well. Where we get into problems is when we're getting too much or too little. So we have either an excess or deficiency, and it results in an illness in the body. And this is where acupuncture comes in. So we use these little, very fine needles placed at specific points on the body, in combinations most times, to get an effect, to make the body react to what we do, okay? And it might be that we're turning up this faucet to control the flow because it wasn't getting enough, or it might be that we're turning down the faucet because there was too much in the way of flow. But either way, the body is pretty intelligent and kind of knows, for the most part, what we're doing, whether we need to turn it up or we need to turn it down. It's very interesting, and the effects are quite dramatic many times for a lot of situations that, your typical medical doctor would say, yeah, well, you have something going on. It might be subclinical, but we don't know exactly what to do. Acupuncture is a wonderful tool. But really what we're doing on its most basic level is just balancing the body, allowing that body's life force to express itself freely, to freely flow to where it needs to go, so it can affect you, and you can be as healthy as you can possibly be. And it doesn't make a difference whether it's chiropractic, whether it's acupuncture, or whether it's massage. It all seems to work well and along the same lines. So really what we do here is we just let your body, we set up your body so it can allow itself to heal. I hope this explained to you, gave you a little bit of an understanding as to what it does. In some of my future videos, I'll take on some other subjects that I've been asked, and it was good talking to you. I hope to see you again. Have a good evening.